What's up, man? How's it going? I'm Dr. Anthony. I don't know if I mentioned that over the phone. I knew you were in a hurry and I didn't want to waste too much of your time, but I'm glad you came in today. This is big, not just for me, but for you. It's a big step towards bettering your health, and I'm just glad you took time out of your day to, come by and just sit here down with me face to face and talk about what you have going on, what issues you need to work on, and it makes me feel better on my end because it'll make me understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling and how I can help you throughout whatever crisis you have going on in your life. And just thank you, man, for really coming through. I appreciate that really much, very very much. I'm sorry, but what's your name, my James? What is your name? What is your name? I don't think we talked about that. Just want to get some of your information so I can just get to know you. But what is your name? Xavier. Okay. What's your date of birth, Davion? 416. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Alright. Gotcha. Got like a favorite food, favorite color, favorite anything? Okay, you love sports. You love sports. What's your favorite sport? Football. That's a great one. That's a great one. What's your favorite team? You said either the Ravens or what? The Rams. Oh man, that's crazy considering they just had a game today. I might have had to just switch my team to the Rams because we just got blown out, but that's beside the point, man. See, we're adjusting. I like this. We're talking, me and you. I like this, man. But anyways, let's just go ahead and dive into it, man. I think I already told you enough about me. I'm Dr. Anthony. It's so nice to meet you, man. And anything you say to me one-on-one, it's not gonna get out. I don't want you to feel like if you come in here anytime that you feel limited to certain things that you have to say or want to say. I'm here to hear you out. I want you to know that you can just tell me whatever it is, even if it's just the most smallest things or even out of pocket things, man. I'm just here to, guide you, give you guidance, and just help you through whatever it is you have going on. I'm here to just help you better yourself, and I want what's best for you, and I want the best for you, man. So I don't want you to feel afraid. You can always talk to me, whether it's a in-person session or on the phone session. You have my number saved, so just you need something, man, just give me a call. Don't ever be afraid to reach out. And when you're in here, just take advantage. Just please take advantage. I don't know if you realize, but most people around the world or just in general, just they don't have a support system. They don't have anybody they can turn and talk to, and I want to be that person that you can turn and talk to. So I'm just glad that we're in the situation we're in now because this is what's best for you, man. And like I said, I just appreciate it. But at the end of the day, just anything you would like to share with me, I'm all ears. Give you my full undivided attention. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and just get into it. But I'm gonna start asking you a couple of questions if that's fine with you. But first things first, I just want to know from you, how are you doing overall? Is there anything bothering you? Anything you really do want to share with me and talk about? Okay, so you're doing okay. Yeah, that's good to hear. And hey, it's okay. Not everyone's the best. Not everyone's okay. Not everyone's good, man. It's just how we move forward. You know what I mean? How we better that mood moving forward. But I'm glad to know that you're doing okay. But why are you doing okay? Is there anything that's not, letting you be good? Okay. Alright. So you said you're dealing with what? stress and anxiety are really common. It's normal to feel whatever you're feeling. 9 times out of 10, most people, they have stress, they have anxiety. It's just all about how you cope with it. You don't want to dwell on your stress. You don't want to dwell on your anxiety. You just want to find ways to just, alleviate that stress and anxiety. Just find ways to really cope with it and just move forward. I don't know, is there anything that you love to do? Is there anything that brings your mind at ease? Okay. So you love to listen to music. Okay. What kind of music do you love to listen to? Is there like any particular ones that you love listening to? You love listening to slow music. Okay. You love listening to relatable music. Okay. Now I definitely understand that. There's times where people find comfort in music. People can relate to the lyrics and they can insert themselves in it because that's just how their life is. Seems like it's being portrayed in the music. So I definitely understand that. What about anything? Is there anything else that you do besides, go while listening to music? You go for walks, okay? I'm glad. That's pretty rare now. I don't know that many people that really do go on walks when they're upset. Most people, like you said, listen to music, but that's good. I'm glad you take walks. That's a real great coping mechanism. It really just really clears your mind. You know what I mean? That's good. I'm glad you go on walks. I'm glad that you said that. Is there anything else? You breathe, of course, as you should. Always breathe in and out deep breaths. That's a key factor to, having self-control. You want to be always be able to just breathe in and breathe right out. You always want to be able to do that, you know what I mean? Just to, pace yourself, really be able to control yourself. So I'm glad you take deep breaths for that stress and anxiety. Is there anything else? Okay, that's really it. Alright. Okay. Well, I'm glad you shared that with me, man. These are great coping mechanisms. Definitely stick with them, You'll definitely, overcome that stress and anxiety over time. Just keep doing those stress mechanisms and those anxiety mechanisms, man. I promise you'll be better in no time. But the question is, what really does trigger your stress and anxiety? I think that's the main focus. Like just how to prevent that from happening. How to prevent yourself from getting to that point. Most people have triggers as to when they get to a certain point. Is there any particular reason on why you feel this way? Right. Right. Okay, and why do you feel that? Why do you feel that you get that way? Right. 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 Getting nervous, yeah. Getting nervous is really tough. Like you said before, man, getting real nervous and then just becoming anxious, man. Like I said, you just gotta always take a deep breath, before things, go left and spiral out of control. And to prevent all of that stress and, anxiety, you just have to be able to learn, self-control and just, like you said, I'm glad you brought up, taking walks and, really breathing in and out. I think breathing in and out is really, really crucial to self-control because, like I told you, you want to be able to control yourself. You gotta know your limits. You gotta know when you have to be able to control yourself to a certain point. So I'm glad, you breathe and you do breathing mechanisms, man. That's incredible. I'm glad you do that. Alright. Okay. is difficult. Does any of your, do you have a mental illness? Does any of your family struggle with mental illness? Okay. You don't have it. Okay. So you're clean. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, man, I definitely get where you're coming from. Getting to that point, it's tough. It really is tough. I don't know if you have like another friend, you can talk to, outside of me, no offense, but, yeah, I mean, if you have anybody like another trusted friend or your parents, you can probably talk to, or they can just give you comfort in whatever it is, or not whatever it is, but the stress, anxiety you have going on. It's never be so. You don't ever have to be afraid to, talk to a trusted adult or your friend, maybe like your best friend, or even just your parents. Your parents are your biggest, support group, and that's why I feel, you have to be able to open up more to them about certain things, or even your friends, or like I said, a trusted adult. If you have a trusted adult in the school, you may want to talk to about something that's, giving you that stress and anxiety, man, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, just, like I said, I'm always here, but, yeah, man, I don't want you to, don't feel afraid, please don't feel afraid, 9 times out of 10, you're, like, probably one of the only kids that, open up and really talk to me, or just talk in general, because, most kids nowadays, they feel nervous. They feel like they can't open up. They feel like they have all this weight on their shoulders and nobody's here to support them. But I want you to know, man, like, you'll always have a support group. You'll always have that trusted adult. The same way you came in, we talked on the phone. I told you anything you say to me won't get out, man. You know what I mean? You just gotta apply and implement that same format and structure with anybody else. You know what I mean? But I definitely get it. It's hard trusting. I definitely get it, man. I understand, because, these are your personal issues. You don't want it to be something that can't be taken seriously. So I definitely understand that. Was there anything else particular that you want to talk to me about today? Anger. Okay, so you're hot-headed. Nothing wrong with that. So what seems to be the issue about that? What's wrong with the anger? Spirals out of control a lot. Okay. Spirals out of control. Why do you think it spirals out of control so fast? Right. Well, because you let it. Okay. Best advice I can give you, man. Best advice I can completely give you, man. You've just gotta learn how to control your emotions. Self-control, like I said, back to your stress and anxiety, man. You have to be able to really, really, and I mean really control your emotions. Your emotions are a key factor into how you feel at a certain time, at a certain moment, and it can be really crucial to how you act on moving forward. So being angry or even just lashing out, man, that's something that it's definitely gonna take a toll on other people, but that's where you have to step in and you have to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Why am I doing what I'm doing? This is where you have to, just kind of adjust that and just, something that you just have to fix on moving forward, you know what I mean? But if you just, at the end of the day, man, just find things to, release that anger, but in a positive way, not a negative way, you know what I mean? But you never want emotions get the best of you, because once they get the best of you, they honestly determine every move and action you take from that point on going forward. So that's the best advice I can give you, man. Like you said, with your stress and anxiety, you love to listen to music and take walks. I would listen to music and take walks also, man. You know, do both. Honestly, do both. You know, it's a 2-in-1. You know, you never know, man. It'll definitely be a good of a help, you know. But yeah, man, that's the best advice I can give you. But is there anything else that you want to talk to me about, or was that it? Were you ready to end the session off? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm glad you came in today, man. Like I said, I'm Dr. Anthony. If there's anything, about anything you would love, and just want to reach out to me and just talk about, I'm always here for you, man. I don't want you to, like I told you in the beginning, I don't want you to feel like you have to come in here and you can't say certain things. I'm not only your therapist, but I'm your support system, and I want to be a help and a crucial role for you and your mental health. And like I said, I'll always be here. This is a safe space. You can always text me, or you can just call me and just let me know whatever it is that you would love to talk about. But I'm glad you came in, man. And yeah, I'll see you soon in the next session. Just let me know. And yeah, man, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.